Oh, hello there, Site-42 staff, as well as those from the greater SCP Foundation. Welcome to another anomalous broadcast from Site-42, a Dr. Sherman's office hours, and the most auspicious of occasions, it is our 10th birthday. Today is Site-42's 10th birthday as a YouTube channel. Insanity. YouTube gave me a little notification at midnight to congratulate me, which was very peculiar because, as someone in the community post celebrating the 10th anniversary pointed out, the channel's been around since 2006 or so, because I had this as a personal channel before I started Site-42 and then did all the rebranding and stuff, but YouTube still called this the 10-year anniversary. So they know something. Of course they do. They run this whole thing. Anyways, welcome to the stream, everybody. Let me shout out some people here. Junior Researcher Sally, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being a member. Duma, good to see you as well. Drowsy, Vox Josh, Junior Researcher Alex, Amber and Dark Red, thank you for being members. The Truth, Phantom Dragon, Zachary, Tater Tot, thank you for being in the chat, just for being you. Gamer, thank you for starting off the donations immediately as we begin. Make sure to grab yourself a plate of waffles on your way past the commissary. Is there an abbreviation for Ethics Committee? I like the idea of ending all my donations with screw the Ethics Committee, but spelling out Ethics Committee takes up a lot of characters. We normally just shorten it to EC. EC is Ethics Committee. Just like there's the 05 Council, there is also, you know, you have 05, 055, 0513 and all them. You have EC3, EC5. So yeah, you can go F the EC if you want to do like that. In fact, I kind of like F the EC. That seems pretty fun. Yes, Josh, you're eating the hot chip today, right? So let me tell you guys about today's stream. This office hour stream is going to be a basic office hours for the first 2 hours. This is because I want to make sure that we have enough stream if this hot chip literally kills me. So we'll have had a real stream, we'll have celebrated the 10-year anniversary, but at the 2-hour mark, which is 1 hour and 55 minutes from now, we will be transitioning to the one chip challenge. And so with that, I will be, over the course of this stream, fortifying with strawberry milk for sugar and dairy, honey bun for bread and honey and sugar. We're going to fortify the stomach for that because, guys, I'm pushing 40. This is a young man's game, but if I can't prove myself in this ridiculously stupid YouTuber manner, do I really deserve to be the site director of Site-42? So I've also got Tums. We are going to fortify during the half hour before the hot chip. That way the heartburn maybe doesn't kill me all night long. And then the chip package says that you're supposed to try to make it 10 minutes without drinking or eating anything after that. So that is where we're going to sit on this. I think that's a reasonable amount. We will see what happens. I will tell you now, I am decent with spicy. I enjoy hot sauce. I enjoy very spicy hot sauces. I've done the Bomb, Beyond Insanity, and the Last Dab from Hot Ones in the past. And although they were pretty freaking hot, I did enjoy them. Or I enjoyed the Last Dab. The Bomb is as nasty as they say it is, just taste-wise. So yes, we will see how I handle this hot chip. There's a bucket in case I feel particularly sick afterwards. I prepared for every eventuality. We are making sure we are prepared, because that's what we do here at the Foundation. We prepare for every eventuality. That way we can secure, contain, and protect like a boss. So how are you guys doing today? Gamer77, thank you for donating again. Okay, happy birthday. F the EC. F the EC is night. Avari, good to see you in the chat. I think you should do 5 minutes instead of 10 so you don't die. We will find out. Yeoplex, Miami Vice dude. It's a laboratory coat. It's not a blazer. Although I would be really fly in a white blazer. You have inspired me to go get some of that action. So we will have our fashion arc soon. Thank you all for the birthday wishes, everybody. Jordan, oh, it's your birthday too. Happy birthday to you. You and SITE-42 have the same birthday. Jelly Sean's World, good to see you in the chat, as well as you, Leaf. Thank you for being members. Dr. Creeper, we do pray to Jesus. Desk, I do not know if Synth is here. I haven't seen Synth in the chat. Would be cool. CT is a weirdo. Thank you for being a member for a month. Please be safe. I don't want you hurt. Good luck. I prepared everything to the best of my ability. We will fortify, we will do the challenge, and we will see how it goes. You can pray to all 4 of the SCP Jesuses, the Jizai, for our safety today. But at the end of the day, we're all here to celebrate, man. 10 years of SITE-42. When we started this, if you go back to the earliest video, it is literally a commission from author Clef. Author Clef suggested that as soon as I started doing SCP readings, requested that I do SCP-1333-J, The Screaming Man! And so that was pretty fun. The Amazing Flop, thank you for the compliments on my hair. We're feeling fashionable today. You should have gotten Ipecac or something that makes you throw up in case you get genuinely sick. I've seen people handle it poorly and I've seen people handle it well. I'm not too worried. I'm a little worried and I'm well prepared, but I'm not too worried. Of course, you might always be aware of some hubris. I mean, you have to be a little hubris bound if you are going to be the site director of an SCP Foundation site or run a YouTube channel for 10 years. You have to have some kind of arrogance. So of course, I feel like I'm gonna be fine. 40-year-old dad joker and banger author died after reading Really Freaky Spicy Nacho. Leaf, that will not be the headline. The predictions of my death are well exaggerated. Stone Miner, the hot chip, is at 4 p.m., which is 1 hour and 50 minutes from now. Until then, it is a standard office hours stream. Indecisive, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. And thank you for being a SITE-42 member, and welcome to the birthday party. I'm just pouring myself my standard coffee, and we're gonna hang out for that. I'm making a rainbow crepe cake. I'm making it right now just because it's the anniversary live stream. Wonderful, you enjoy that rainbow crepe cake in my stead. I will be there in spirit, celebrating the SITE-42 birthday with you. Dr. Sherman, you should have gotten a party hat. I really should have. I've heard that holding your nose helps with handling spiciness. I am considering if I'm going to try that or not, because it almost feels a little bit like cheating based on how well it seems to work. But, you know, this thing's trying to kill me. I guess I can cheat myself as well. I made sure I wasn't on D&D to get the notification for this stream. Good job, Dr. Kami. Well prepared. Tinfoil hat, please. Nice. Bought a yellow Peep bunny plush for the anniversary? Why would you want anything even close to that thing in your proximity? Hey, Dr. Sherman, just curious. but does the United States Department of Homeland Security have its own anomalous branch like how the DOJ does with the FBI's UIU and DOD's Pentagram? So, not that I know of. And remember, I mean, the DOD has Pentagram and the UIU is the FBI, but that's kind of like, it's both under the federal government. It becomes redundant if they need another one. Oh, Mayor and Marionette, good to see you in the chat. Welcome to the party. Tater Tot, hi Dr. Sherman, how you doing today? I'm doing well. We're ready to have a nice little party. Da-da-da-da. Does the Foundation work with the Men in Black at all? Well, we do have similar mission statements, but they tend to be a little iffy on turf, so we let them handle the aliens as a treat. Is your pen anomalous? It's just a pen. It's not anomalous at all. Neither am I. We are both not at all anomalous. Just me, a regular human SITE-42 site director, and his pen, which is also just a normal pen. Are you sure it's just a pen? Yes, I'm sure it's just a pen. There's nothing to worry about. Spider-Man is not an anomaly in his universe, so you cannot put him in a box. DO7, first of all, anomalies are its, not he's or she's. Anomalies are objects, not people, so use the proper pronoun parlance. We don't humanize the anomalies, please. And secondly, Spider-Man is anomalous. Just because they're superheroes in that universe doesn't make them normal. So no, Spider-Man is just as big a menace and needs to be contained as ever. Also, Dr. Sherman, can I get a raise? Child support with all the SCP-729-2... 729-J clones is painful. You made the decision to care for more than one of that thing. You need to figure that out by picking up some extra shifts. Dr. Pepper Dragon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a bowl of grits on your way past the commissary. Hey boss, probably my last donut for the month. I found a near mint frame and engine for a 64 Buick Skylark, so now I'm broke. Couldn't resist. See you around. Well, thank you for the donations up to this point, and nice ride. Just make sure you don't get accused of any crimes in a small town that you'll need your cousin to help you get out of trouble. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I have a funny question for you. Let's find out how funny it is, Aether. Have you heard of Homestuck, and do you think the Atlarians would be considered anomalies? So, I have heard of Homestuck, but only by tangential association. Back in the late aughts and early 2010s, I worked with an anime convention. And at this convention, obviously in that era, Homestuck cosplay was very popular. And so, besides working at one convention, I went to multiple conventions in the Florida area at the time. And you would see the Homestuckians all over the place. The legends of them ruining hotel bathrooms with their body paint are legendary, and it was pretty messed up. So, yeah, I'm familiar with them, but I don't follow their lore. I feel like, aren't they stuck in an anomalous video game, which means they are definitely anomalous and dealing with like world resetting BS? Gamer, thank you for donating again. Don't think I'm going to be here for the actual one-chip challenge. I have to watch it on replay, so I'll get my chanting out now. Eat the chip, eat the chip, Eat the chip. F the EC. Nice. Howdy, watching this on my 15-minute break from Domino's. Thanks for all the cool info. Happy to help out, Fusion Fire. Whatever knowledge you need about the SCP Foundation wiki, the database, the lore, the staff, the anomalies, I am here to educate you. That's what these office hours are all about. Silent Follower, good to see you in the chat. Thank you for being a member. The game is the reproductive cycle of the universes. Yeah, I thought it was something like that, and if you win, you get to, like, make a new world or something. It's pretty weird. Can you get SCP-049 on the cam? He's hot. It, first and foremost. Second, do not thirst after the anomalies, please. It's highly unprofessional. I love playing Secret Lab. I've been curious about the lore behind it. Do you know much about the story between behind SITE-2? I am not terribly familiar with the lore of SCP Secret Lab. I have not played it more than one time I played it on stream. So that will be a situation. I've been studying pen spinning thanks to you. Oh, congratulations, Pumpkin Pie. Keep practicing, I'm sure you'll get great. Do you dread the spicy nacho? I am in Schrodinger's nacho scenario where we are hyping it up. I've seen some videos of people reacting to it. I'm going to try to be stoic and on the Sean Evans side of taking the chip, but we'll see just how well I survive. Junior Researcher HLG, happy Pride one and all. Happy Pride indeed to everybody who celebrates. I read SCP Spooky-J. It was very silly. Yes, Researcher Lee, sometimes even the most mature people can have a childish sense of humor. And that is some funny, goofy BS SCP Spooky-J does. And I'm glad it's not happening at my site, that way I don't have to clean up the messes. Zaladrekel, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some quinoa at the commissary. I love your content. Well, thank you very much. 10 years of making it, and hopefully another good 10 years ahead of us. Building and building and making even better stuff. We're taking Site-42 to the moon, and not the, not Lunar Area 32 or whatever it is. We're gonna make our own lunar base. Leaf, no, the spider moon has been taken care of, I promise. No more spider moons are happening. It's taken care of. Clone, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some roast bantha on your way past the commissary. Being normal and mature all the time is boring. Of course, you gotta loosen up a little bit. You gotta have some site-wide prank wars, Nerf battle in the commissary, that kind of thing. Why do you hate SCP-729-J? Have you read the document? It's quite clear why everybody hates that thing. It's fucking terrible. Read the article. You will quickly understand why that thing is terrible. Liam, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a Chicago-style hot dog and fries on your way past the commissary. So, I could do you help make SCP lore and stuff as I would really love some help with cleaning an SCP lore up, as I may have turned myself into an SCP because way too much adrenaline winning against a Keter level SCP. So yeah, an SCP that you beat an SCP at something, and that made you anomalous? Is that what you're saying? I don't know of any SCP that grants powers for defeating it in combat, or at board games or anything like that. But hey, I don't know the whole database. There might be something in there I don't know about. Either way, you should go to medical and get yourself checked out if you randomly became anomalous. So go take care of yourself on that. Be careful. New anomalies are often very unpredictable. Do you have a FNAF SCP? Stella, researcher Stella, we do have an SCP like Five Nights and Freddy's. Because when something gets popular, it inspires people to make things that are similar. And so, of course, we're not going to talk about all the content farm videos where they literally do SCP versus FNAF. That's not what we're talking about here. There is it's in the 3000s. It's an Anomalous arcade. And then there's the one with the Anomalous Sesame Street puppets. That's very much like a FNAF. So let me go with the Sesame Street puppets first. Living puppets. No. Yeah, SCP-3325, codename Live Entertainment, was an attempt to create living mascots that could do a children's show but didn't have to be paid like actors. Spoiler alert, the people behind SCP-3325 did a bad job, and it didn't go well, like these things often do not. I would say that is the closest to a FNAF SCP. Because, of course, we're a Creative Commons community. We allow people to reuse our works, but you have to release your works via the CC for that to be allowed, and we can't release someone else's work Creative Commons, so that's why we do not just take other anomalies. Leaf, what the hell? We both mat-padded at the same time. I have no idea what that means. I don't even know if you were talking about me there. Where are we here? Reset the chat to the bottom. Oh. Hello. SCP-729-J. Honestly, after dealing with you all day at these streams, this chip will probably be nothing. Anyways, thank you for your first donation of today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a cup of antimatter on your way past the commissary. But I'm such a lovable goofball. Also, happy 10th SITE-42 anniversary, Doctor. Don't be looking up any cursed knowledge. Lovable goofball is a very different term from terrifying, horrible creature that we want nothing to do with, but, you know, tomato, tomato. And thank you for the SITE-42 happy anniversary wishes. We are 10 years strong, and we will continue moving on up. Death Player 1, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a slice of cherry pie on your way past the commissary. I accidentally opened a portal to another universe where there is a planet where trees scream. That's Earth. On Earth, trees scream. Plants scream. I don't know if you know this, but these are real-life scientific documents. This is not anomalous. You can look this up on the internet right now. We already know that grass and trees and plants scream at a frequency unhearable to the human ear when you harm them. If you break a branch, the tree screams. If you mow your lawn, all of that grass is screaming. The problem is we can't hear it, but that's fine. We don't need to hear it. It would actually be quite annoying if we could hear the trees screaming all the time. But that said, the point of SCP-4521 is that it's the singular tree that is not screaming. Therefore, we need to make it scream. And we will. Oh, it's going to be great. In fact, depending on how this hot chip does, maybe I'll feed it to the tree and see if that makes it scream. That would be nice. Liam, thank you for donating again. I single-handedly beat SCP-692 in combat because my adrenaline spikes edit to 1000% over normal, and I didn't die, and 682 is back in its cell. Well, I guess you mean 682 was watching the fight because you were fighting 692, and I'm not actually sure what 692 is. It is a safe class. 57 packages of Weiser Rise washing powder, secured by the Foundation from a general store in the Czech Republic and several households nearby. All packages belong to the Redacted production series. Chemical testing reveals no statistically significant deviations from composition to respect to the general washing powder, but when an article of clothing is exposed to 692, and comes in contact uninterrupted for at least 15 minutes, along with a living multicellular organism, the article of clothing will spontaneously animate. At this stage, it will show the contours of the imprinting organism, although by living, dancing clothes? Huh. I am not exactly sure what the point of this and how you fought it is. But hey, congratulations on getting in a successful fight with some animate clothing, I guess. Joshua, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some fritters on your way past the commissary. How would the Foundation respond to the Invincible War, aka the Evil Mark variants, and happy 10th anniversary? What made you want to start this channel? Okay, so first of all, everything you watch in Invincible, imagine if Cecil and the GDA were the Foundation, because that's what we would do. Cecil is a stand-up SCP staff member. He just doesn't know it. Excellent site director slash overseer slash agent all at once. SCP-729-J. Thank you for donating again. Shall we play a game, Doctor? If you last more than 5 minutes with the chip, I'll go back into containment willingly. Choice is yours. 5 minutes with the chip, we'll see. In 1.5 hours, we will do the hot chip. That's a time check. Also, I didn't answer the second half of Joshua's question. What made us want to start this channel? It's funny. Personally, let me talk about regular Sherm as opposed to myself, the Doctor. Regular Sherm got into theater and acting as a youth, always wanted to be an actor, specifically wanted to do theater because theater is very interactive and it has a good in-person audience, and that's very fun. But also movies and television pay better, so it's kind of like you want to do a little bit of everything. And at the time, I had just moved to California. I was a wedding singer for a couple of years, and I used the microphone I bought to be a wedding singer. I'm now speaking about regular Sherm in the first person just to make the story quicker, by the way. So I used the microphone to record some voiceover demos because I figured I'd do some voiceover work as well to spread my ability to work in the arts. And because I wanted to put them on YouTube so I could just send the demo links to people rather than files, I read SCP stories for the demos. That way I could not be copyright struck by anyone who was mad that I was reading their stories, because it's illegal to make an audiobook of someone else's book without permission. That's, you know, stealing just like any other art form. And by the way, there was a funny thing that happened about 2 or 3 years into the career of Site-42, where myself and the Vulgan and Mr. Illustrated, a bunch of people, all the SCP tubers, got our channels demonetized because YouTube was cracking down on reproduced works, and it was trying to cancel us and our channels because we were reproducing the works of the SCP Wiki without permission and without making enough changes for it to be fair use. So all of us got demonetized at the same time, and we yelled on Twitter, and we got the SCP Wiki staff to talk to YouTube to tell them we had permission, and we eventually all got remonetized, thankfully. But that was wild. And so me being worried about copyright for my voiceover demos, I was totally right about that. So I started the channel to do voiceover demos and just send them to people. It was just a personal channel. And then I discovered after a year that people were actually just listening to my SCP readings. Therefore, I decided, well, maybe I'll just do some more SCP readings then. And the channel was born. So yeah, I am an accidental YouTuber, but this is where I ended up, and I'm not sad about it. It's gone pretty well for all of us, I think. Okay. Death Player 1, thank you for donating again. On the planet I mentioned, they have a damn mouth. Oh, the trees scream with mouths. But, okay, so then I'm assuming you mean they scream at a frequency that you can in fact hear, then. Well, that sounds really annoying, depending on how many trees there are. Hopefully there aren't so many, because if they're all just constantly screaming, that would be very frustrating. It's like the sun in that Rick and Morty universe they went to, where it's just screaming the whole time. Liam, thank you for donating again. I meant 682 in a fight. Okay, thank you for the clarification. I thought fighting some animate clothing was a bit weird. Also, I did it with no weapons, just adrenaline that went to 1,000. Sorry, autocorrect 682 broke containment, and I was like, well, if I'm going out, it's fighting. Wow. Congratulations on your epic combat victory. I'm glad the universe that you are in had a 682 that was that easily beatable, because through pure fisticuffs, it adapts to that pretty quickly and usually eats people. But maybe you got a baby 682 that's just starting out, therefore it, you know, it therefore needs to adapt to that first. You're not going to be able to do it a second time because now it's well adapted to your fisticuffs. So be careful. The Antagonist, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some cake to celebrate today's 10-year Site-42 birthday. There's plenty of cake in the commissary. Eat an SCP-500. That'll help you recover from the chip. If I could get them to requisition me a 500 before I eat the chip, I absolutely would. But you think the O5 are going to allow that? No. No, they're not down with that. After the hangover situation, which you can read in the SCP-500 document, after someone took it to cure a hangover, they got real mad, and they locked it down. When did the channel's popularity start to catch on? So, we started the channel 10 years ago to 10 years ago today. It's the birthday and all. And essentially, for the first year, I wasn't doing anything with it because I was just using the voiceover demos. When I discovered it, that's when we ended up with about 100 subs at first. And I started making more videos. Now, my early videos are terrible. I leave them up so you can see the progress because, woof. It took me about 6 months to realize I should start recording with headphones so I can hear what I'm doing as I record. That's how untrained I was at the time. I learned this all on the fly. I did not take any classes for VA. And so, first year, didn't do anything. Second year, started to make videos in earnest. We ended up hitting about 1,000 subs over the course of a couple months to a year. And we sat at between 1,000 and 9,000 subs for about 6 years because the channel readings, we never really did visuals. We were just doing it like a podcast. And, you know, YouTube likes visuals, so they didn't really push our videos very far. But we started with the audio podcast. People were enjoying them. We improved the quality. We moved on to live streams and on-camera videos in about year 4 and started making some more progress. But what really kicked the channel into gear is when the pandemic hit. I was not able to do my day job for a while, so I had a lot of free time, and I got into TikTok. And when I got into TikTok, the algorithm over there was crazy. Once I figured out how to use the app and how to cater SCP content to short form, that blew up real quick. We had 1 million followers in less than a year. And that started running off over to YouTube as well, but slowly, because we were making shorts over there, and we weren't making shorts over here. And if you were here for shorts, you didn't really want the long podcasts. So we did, it got some run over. We ended up getting 10,000, 50,000, 70,000 subscribers over the next 2 or 3 years as the TikTok grew. TikTok ended up hitting like 3 million in 2 or 3 years, and then it kind of stagnated. Whereas YouTube started getting more runoff from TikTok. We really blew up here when we started doing shorts, though. The shorts algorithm loves us, especially because YouTube was definitely juicing shorts to try to beat TikTok at their own game. And so they were really helping shorts creators, and we rode that wave past 100,000. And a year after 100,000, we hit 1 million. So it's like crazy speed. Happy birthday, dear Redacted. Thank you, Phoenix Fire. And Waffle, thank you for subscribing to SITE-42. Welcome to staff. Are there any canons where the SCP Wiki exists publicly, but it's actually just a cover made by the Foundation with minor alterations to throw people off the real anomalies in their universe? I don't want to say which universe it is. I'll tell you that. Mine Wolf, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some cake at the commissary to celebrate SITE-42's 10th birthday. Dr. Sherman, SCP-729-J, went into the vents. Huh? Well, at least it's out of our sight. Liam, thank you for donating again. No, just normal 682. It killed Alpha 1 and 2 like other MTFs until so I think I'm an SCP now. We might need to test this. This seems like a bit of a strange situation you found yourself in. I would want to see some data reports on this. Call me a little bit skeptical. Why not? Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some cake at the commissary to celebrate the birthday. Hello, I found a formula with the clown juice. It's not clown juice, it's clown milk. You gotta milk the clowns. You don't juice the clowns. That's very different. To make liquid joy, I've mixed it with part of 999 and distilled water, and that made a crazy powerful drug. Need more experiments? Got any class D? Well, we know that clown milk already makes you very, very happy / euphoric right before you die of a heart attack. So it's the dying that we're trying to fix here. But, I mean, if you can make a non-lethal version of it, that wouldn't be a bad thing to know. So, yeah, requisition a couple D class. What's the worst that could happen? The Antagonist, thank you for donating again. Give the chip to the tree. It might scream. Oh, trust me, after I try it at 4 p.m. today, California time, if I think it'll work on the tree, I'll give it a shot. Happy birthday, Researcher Fair with a multiverse question. If there are infinite universes, how do we know that the Foundation is always like how it is in our universe? How do you know that all Foundation aren't evil, etc.? We don't. And actually, we know the opposite, which is that there are many foundations that are very different. And some are more evil, and some are less evil, and some are dealing with a broken masquerade, so they have to change their tactics. Some are just chugging along. Some are extremely rich. Some are quite poor and running with very shallow resources. So it just depends on the universe. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a piece of cake at the commissary to celebrate the birthday. I came in to say I'm in the infirmary/hospital IRL. Oh my, I hope you're okay. I'm sorry to hear it. I hope that maybe we can provide for you some entertainment to while the time away while you recover to a healthy enough place. And I hope that whatever you're recovering from recovers quickly and well, so you can get back to work. Death Player, thank you for donating again. Even SCP-001, the Scarlet King, abandoned this universe because of this planet. Somehow they scream so hard that it defies the laws of physics. Well, that would be sound waves traveling through space, probably. If they reach the Scarlet King, that would be anomalous and not possible. Interesting, interesting. Keep taking notes. You've got my interest here. SCP... No. Sorry, you do it out of order for some reason. 729-J... -SCP. Thank you for donating for the first time for today's stream. Yes, you can grab yourself some cake at the commissary. But I'm going to put a rusty knife in it. And SCP-729-J, thank you for donating right after that! Playing a piano from inside Dr. Sherman's walls. How did you even get a piano in there? I don't understand. Ten Tails, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some cake at the commissary to celebrate today's 10-year Site-42 birthday. Drinks and eats popcorn. I'm waiting for Dr. Sherman to eat the chip. Also, happy birthday. Well, thank you kindly. And the chip is 1 hour and 18 minutes away, or 1 hour 15, give or take. Agent Miles, are you nervous about the chip? Mildly. I have taken many preparations, and so I am hoping that my preparedness will come in handy. I do enjoy spice, so there is that side of me that is less worried, but you never know with these things, and I've made sure to get all my proper capabilities. For the hot chip, I have a honey bun to fill my stomach with bread, sugar, and honey. I have strawberry milk for dairy and sugar. We're going to fortify with that before the stream, as well as some Tums and acids. So we're going to fortify with that about 30 minutes, maybe an hour before, because you might throw up before you can really digest it. You got a good point, Drowsy. Maybe we start at the hour mark, and we take it very slowly. And then I do have a bucket, just in case. You never know. I customize a notebook to have the Foundation's logo and motto. Very good, researcher Chedev. Liam, thank you for donating again. I can send you the information of the fight. Do you have a Discord I can join or an email I can send it to? Oh, you saw nothing. This kind of scenario, the best thing you could do is write a document and get it on the SCP Wiki proper. That way you're telling like a full story. That's the kind of story I want to see. I don't want a little bit of rough notes. I want to see the real thing. Full power. The Antagonist, thank you for donating again. No way you're almost 40. 25 max, 28 pushing it. Well, I appreciate that you think I have a youthful glow. I am, in fact, 38 years of age. But, you know, I've been dancing and doing fitness for years, so I look a little bit younger than I am because of that. If you keep yourself well and you keep yourself fit, you do age a little bit slower. I've seen people who are in their 50s who have never exercised a day in their life, and they look like they're 80. So, do what you can for the Foundation Fitness Initiative so you too can be healthy and live longer. Why not? Thank you for donating again. Help, there is no cake. SCP-729- jump. So, jump scare. Ow. Ate it all. If the commissary is out of cake, I will be very surprised. They are usually pretty good at restocking. Just give them a minute if it is gone. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for donating again. Must be lying. I don't hear a piano. That's true. I don't hear a piano right now. I'm not going to complain. Chest to Factory, thank you for, I think, your first donation to today's stream. So grab yourself some cake at the commissary once they restock. Oh, and thank you for being a member as well. It seems that SCP-729 is a near opposite of that thing. Really? Is SCP-7... I got so scared when I was reading that number. Is 729 the opposite of that thing? No, that's that thing, because my browser auto-corrected to add the -J. Rats. No, I don't want the -J. Marble bath. It's a large bathtub carved from marble. The item properties were discovered by accident during police reconstruction of a suspected murder-suicide in Redacted. It was retrieved by an undercover Foundation agent soon after. Bathing in 729 has been described as extremely relaxing to the extent that individuals using it for this purpose must be encouraged to leave by an external force. They will not exit the bath of their own accord. Oh gosh. Approximately 4 minutes after initial manifestation, bathers begin to suffer from rapid muscle wastage. Oh, the atrophying is real. And then they are completely deconstructed within 20 minutes. So, well, it sounded like a good bath until it didn't. Jeez. It also sounds a bit like Larry the Loving Llama, which is, let me pull up Larry the Loving Llama. SCP Larry. SCP-1545 is Larry the Loving Llama, which is a 2-person llama costume that if you wear it, then you become so happy to be wearing it that you never want to take it off. And you eventually starve to death in there because you are, or dehydrate to death because you will not eat or drink anything while you're in there. So, yeah, it sounds like Larry the Loving Llama, but a bath. Interesting. Whoops. Cooper Corp, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab some cake at the commissary when you stop by. Are you familiar with the Black Mesa facility? Oh, I am, in fact, quite familiar with the situation with the Resonance Cascade at Black Mesa. They are fools, they didn't follow proper protocol, and they're very lucky to have someone as good as their job as Dr. Gordon Freeman. Liam, thank you for donating again. Yeah, but I would like some criticism on it before I do. Also, I do have it take place at Site-42, so who better than you to check the data? The full story is like 140 chapters long, and the researcher and me on backstory. So the only problem is that because I get asked to critique articles so much because of my position here, I can't possibly critique them all. So I do not check out articles right now unless they are fully on the wiki. So what you want to do is you want to hang out with some friends of yours who are writers. You want to hang out in SCP community circles, and you want to get critique on your story that way. You want to get in the writing community side of the writing community. That way you can do a good job with getting the story refined. I am sorry I will not be able to critique it just because I have too much going on anyways. Where have the dragons gone? Oh man. Real ones know. Real ones know. I have a 1762 meme over on Twitter right now. So if you're not following the Site-42 Twitter, you're missing out on some dank SCP memes. Death Player 1, thank you for donating again. Never mind, SCP-001 got back and erased the entire star system where the planet was a part of it. It was funny to watch, to see, and then he left again forever. It, not he. Anomalies are its. Even if they are grand outsider deities, they are its. Epsilon, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as your first donation ever. Make sure to grab yourself some cake at the commissary when you pass by to celebrate the 10-year anniversary. First dono ever, happy birthday, Dr. Sherman. Well, thank you very much. Glad to see you still here after 10 years. Two things. Does the commissary have RC Cola? And if so, do you want one? You know, I haven't had an RC Cola in a very long time, but I do enjoy it. So yeah, if you're passing by the commissary, I'll have one. Since when was there an RC Cola? Researcher Gillian doesn't come from a universe that has RC Cola. This guy doesn't know what an RC Cola is. That being said, it is just a less popular cola. Royal Crown Cola is the name. Of course, it's not quite as good as the king of sodas, which is Dr. Pepper, but, you know, we can't all be the GOAT. We can't all be the GOAT. Clover, 19. You're my favorite SCP YouTuber. Do you remember me? Yes, Clover, I do remember that name. And thank you for your appreciation of our content. We're doing our best out here. Cooper Corp, thank you for donating again. Hey, Dr. Sherman. I'm here on behalf of the Heck You. What's the Heck You? H-E-C-U? Brought some men with me if that's okay, but has the Foundation been utilizing Zen crystals? I am unfamiliar with any of that terminology. What is the Heck You? Hazardous Environmental Combat Unit? Fictional military unit, the United States Marine Corps Special Forces unit that appears in Half-Life video game series. I gotcha. Okay. It's been a while since I've heard that. So, to my knowledge, we do not utilize Zen crystals. We instead just store them away. We already well know what they do thanks to Black Mesa. Don't you take yoga? Drowsy, yes, I do. Although, due to my injured ankle, I haven't been doing very much. But I did manage to walk a little over a mile yesterday, and without damaging my foot. So that was incredible, because back in October, I couldn't walk down this block in my neighborhood without my foot starting to swell and become very painful. So that's very good. It is improvement that my ankle is recovering. Now, of course, the problem is I've been out of commission for so long that I've got a lot of muscle atrophy in the rest of my body. My calves are very tight from just that little bit of walking. Well, a little bit comparable to what I used to do. So I need to make sure I take it slow, recover, stretch, so I can get back in full action. but yoga will be part of the process for body weight strengthening. Christadar Wolfboy, thank you for donating again. The last part of that fountain sounds like the river Styx, or Styx. Part of what fountain? Did I miss something about a fountain? I'm a little confused. Silent Follower, thank you for your first donation of the day. Make sure to grab yourself some cake on your way past the commissary to celebrate the birthday. Got a nice thunderstorm happening where I live. Oh, how ominous. Or relaxing, depending on the mood. So enjoy that. It sounds like you like that. So I hope you are having a very nice, relaxing time. Cyrus YouTube, did he do it yet? Did he do the one chip challenge? I came here as fast as I could. We are currently, at a time check, the 1 hour mark of stream. And as I said previously, the one chip challenge will occur at the 2 hour mark of stream. So we are 1 hour from the chip challenge. And we will find out what happens at that point. So to start, we begin our fortifications at the 1 hour mark. So here is a honey bun to enjoy some sugar, honey, and bread to hopefully reduce the heartburn that will come from this fiery chip. Researcher Elswick, why do you want to know which of my legs is the bad one? Are you trying to target my weak points for something? It's a little sus if you ask me. Isn't the Odd Squad just the Junior SCP Foundation? I mean, basically. And I mean, we have the SCP Cadet Academy because kids get brought up in the Foundation all the time. So we need to educate them on basic education as well as the Anomalous. So yeah, I mean, we already have our SCP Foundation Junior, but so do the... so does the Odd Squad universe. Drowsy, isn't it your right one? I remember because mine was injured too, lols. You're revealing my secrets. I don't know what they're planning. We need to be strategic about this. So a little bit of honey bun to start. Get back in there. Get back in there. And shake. Okay. In the land of milk and honey, that is us. The goal is to eat half the honey bun and drink half the milk over the course of this hour. And then once we have the chip, I'll have half and half still available to help cool down after said chip. So yes, we are, and I do have some more downstairs if things get desperate. Seriously Sarcastic, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some cake at the commissary to celebrate our 10-year anniversary here at Site-42. So, how is Site-107 doing? Let me check in the database here. Although my terminal here is having a lag issue, give me a moment. Yep. Come on. Get over it. Now we're talking. So, where are they at this moment? Honestly, the problem is I am well far behind on Find Us Alive, so I do not know the full situation at the moment for SITE-107. However, I do declare that we are planning on getting back to reacting to Find Us Alive episodes, simply so I have a reason to catch up. Gotta enjoy the work of the great Radiger. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for donating again. What do you think of Ali81 Soda? Happy birthday, pinch your nose when eating the chip. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try the pinch the nose strategy. If the chip's gonna try and kill me, I need to fight back any method I can. And I've never heard of Ali81 Soda. I am not familiar with this one, but I do like blackberry, so that's the one that's on the front page here. Varieties. Okay, so all sorts of flavors. I'm not familiar with this soda brand, but I am interested because I do like craft sodas. I find them very fun. My favorite craft soda, in case you're ever able to find it anywhere, is called McFuddy's Pepper Elixir. And it's basically a Dr. Pepper with some black pepper thrown in. It's real good. I always get a bottle of McFuddy's if I can find it anywhere. Junior Researcher Caroline, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some cake at the commissary to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Site-42. Sorry for being late, orientation took forever. That's okay, the streams are long for a reason. Make sure everyone gets to hang out for a little bit. Ale81 is what I meant. Yes, Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for clarifying. Although I did end up finding the right one, so it worked out. Shouldn't we be actually trying to help Site-107? I mean, we're just listening to their updates, which is clearly just a coping mechanism and doing nothing. I get that we're the Foundation, but come on. Hey, researcher fair. Before you chastise us, it's not our job at Site-42 to get 107 back, okay? That is being helmed by a different part of the Foundation, all right? We have to do what we have to do. They have to do what they have to do. Stick to your job. Do not sidetrack yourself. Oh, Site-42 staff. I have been informed by desk that the likes have passed the viewers. Congratulations to you. At the just shy of 1 hour mark, I imagine. So keep hitting that like button. Let's pull some people into this 10-year anniversary stream, whether they like it or not. The algorithm giveth and the algorithm taketh away. And what it giveth them is great SCP Foundation content, and what it taketh away is their ability to say no to the SCP Foundation. (729-J-SCP). Thank you for donating again. You can hug me for comfront when you eat the chip. Was that just a very fortuitous typo? Or did you mean comfort? Because, oh, there will be a confrontation. What happens when someone uses the gender-switching stone and they are cis? Does nothing happen? What happens when someone uses it and someone doesn't want to admit they are trans? So, the gender-switching stone, SCP-113, you can read the article for these questions, by the way. It is very thorough in its explanation of how it works, but I'll give you the short version here because we're just chilling. This isn't office hours after all. I'm here to answer some questions. So, it will trans your gender no matter what happens. The only time it doesn't trans your gender at all is if you come from a species that doesn't have multiple genders, like earthworms. Earthworms don't have multiple genders, they're just one thing. And therefore, nothing happens when they use the gender switching stone. But for a human, if you are a cis person, and you are fine being cis, you are happy with what you are, the trans stone will still trans you. The difference is when you come out the other side, you will now not be happy about it anymore. People who are pre-transition trans, who get gender switched, are happier afterward because their gender identity now matches their body and they're very happy about it. People who are cis and like being that way, who get hit with the gender switching stone, do not appreciate it, as one would imagine. And they end up having multiple psychological issues that are not anomalous, just the fact that they are now in a body they did not want to be in. So, yes, it would still trans them, they just wouldn't be happy about it. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for donating again. I have to go, bye. Farewell and take care. Make sure that you recover well from whatever has caused you to not be well. I just saw Desk say the phrase, nice question. So Desk, give me that question. If it's a good question, I want to know. Am I getting ignored or something? No chance in Jensen's world. You are not being ignored. It's just that there are 200 people in the chat, and this is the first time I've seen your name. This is just kind of how chats go on YouTube. You can't take it personally that we're ignoring you because, honestly, I haven't seen you until this moment. Can I have a shout? Researcher Warren, consider yourself shouted. Speaking of Pokemon, what were we speaking of Pokemon? I guess you might have been up down there in the containment hazard assessment team. Dr. Sherman, what's your personal thought on the evolutions? Desk likes the evolutions. Well, I'll look at them. I don't particularly have strong thoughts about EVs, but I don't mind taking a look. And Chance of Jensen's World. Oh, sorry, I said happy anniversary, SITE-42. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate the well wishes on this, our 10th birthday as a YouTube channel. All right, so let me pull up the evolutions. And so, let me get a new image of evolutions. So we have, I'm gonna say on a ranking here, Sylveon gets S rank because it's Pride Month, but outside of Pride Month, it's an A rank. Leafeon gets A rank because I like grass types. Umbreon is a Edgelord cringe, D rank. Flareon is a basic ass bitch, and so I'm going with C rank. Jolteon, I hate the electric slide, and so I hate Jolteon by association, so that's F rank. Vaporeon, I know too much about Vaporeon and its fans to ever appreciate it, so it takes it down from an A rank to a B rank. Espeon, I don't like that you're looking in my brain, and so I'm giving you a C rank. And Glaceon, ice cold, no complaints, S rank. Also, Articuno is the best legendary bird, fight me. There, now that I have upset everybody with Pokemon rankings, Desk is the desk of Jolteon at the moment. The chat. The chat is so upset. Oh, mission accomplished. Also, Desk, who's doing the art? Those are from the Discord. I'm going to show you guys some art real quick before I jump back to the chat. So first of all, this is from the Desk's Discord. Desk actually runs his Discord properly, so therefore that's a great place to hang out, I hear. So this is how I feel. Yes, this is great. I love it. You're all correct. Whoever did this, you were right. Good on you. And Dr. Sherman enjoying his scary desk privileges on stream. Happy birthday, SITE-42. Thank you so much. Also, that is a fantastic little drawing of us. I love it so much. This is fabulous. Thank you. Lil Ghost for the second one and Researcher Sally for the first one. They are both fantastic, and your arts are adorables. Okay. Dihydrogen monoxide. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some cake at the commissary to celebrate our 10-year anniversary here on YouTube. Which Jesus to pray to whilst wishing for someone else's misfortune? I think the Jesus that would give you the most likely misfortune for your disliked person is going to be, I think Vor Jesus is the most likely to grant misfortune upon your enemies. Unless they are lactose intolerant, then go all in on Milk Jesus, aka Jesus. Have you met Dr. Kane Pathos Crow? Pumpkin Pie, I have met Kane in passing. We don't work at the same site, but we get together at different foundation-wide events. And, you know, a very well-kept researcher. And had just had a bath that day, so was smelling particularly good. All right, time for taste 2 of our heat prevention situation. And a little bit of milk. Mine Wolf, thank you for donating again. Dr. Sherman, don't forget about SCP-559. Should I not forget about SCP-559? What is SCP-559 up to? SCP-559 is a round vanilla birthday cake at the time of writing. However, its powers have been observed to exist in other baked items like rolls, puffs, or cupcakes. Whichever item SCP-559 is subverted in this manner will be easily identified by the words "birthday time" marked out in green icing. Material testing has returned this icing to be regular green icing with no unusual traits. When lit candles are placed into 559, they cannot be extinguished by any means by someone who is not celebrating their birthday. However, they can be put out by people whose birthday falls on that day, termed birthdayers for convenience, upon which the subject will have their age changed to the equivalent number of candles on 559. This effect lasts for 24 hours before the subject reverts to their original age. Okay. So you could make yourself any age you want for a one-day duration on your birthday. It was bought by a family when used to celebrate an 82-year-old's birthday. 8 big candles and 2 small candles were placed on the cake. The act of blowing out the candles transformed the birthdayer into a 10-year-old, and the alarm family contacted 911 as a first instinct. Routine monitoring of 911 call centers alerted the Foundation to 559's presence, and after making suitable negotiations with the family for secrecy, the spent cake was secured. However, after testing was done, it was realized that 559 was still in the public domain, and this sparked a hunt for all baked goods similar to the original cake. It was originally located after it took on the form of a puff pastry, the green icing betraying its unnatural properties, and has since been secured. Okay. Interesting. So, I mean, I like the age I am. I don't need to be a different age, so I will stay away from 559 if I can help it. 729-J-SCP. Thank you for donating again. Can I have a shout out? Do you feel shouted out yet? Dihydrogen monoxide, thank you for donating again. Who invited SCP-729-J to the birthday party? Oh, dihydrogen monoxide, there's at least 2 of them in the chat right now. There's only so much we can do about it. How much longer till the chip? Time check, we are 45 minutes from the chippening. We are 45 minutes from the chippening. I told SCP-423 you are live. That's Fred, ain't it? Yep, that's Fred. Fred's a cool bloke. I wonder what birthday card he's gonna hang out in for the party. Researcher Taco Cat. Why does he seem to be dying? Okay, you seem to be unfamiliar with the entity that just happened to donate again. SCP-729- 729-J. And so I would refer you to the documentation for that thing so you can see exactly why no one likes that thing. We are Legion, Dr. Sherman. You cannot stop us all. I will find a way. I will find a way. Melon Pony, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some cake at the commissary to celebrate SITE-42’S 10th birthday. And thank you for the banana. We're not to the epic music yet. That can wait until the chippening. Doth the good doctor desire fire for the creature? Well, Sir Piggieth Bird the Fourth, first of all, I appreciate the sentiment, but we're not allowed to destroy anomalies here at the Foundation. It's against protocol. And that thing, on top of that, it's fireproof. It's everything proof. We have tried to, someone tried to burn it with a flamethrower. It survived it with no damage. So if there were a way to destroy it, I'm not sure we could, if we were allowed to destroy it. Death Player, thank you for donating again. I've watched another reality where SCP-096 met Chuck Norris, I guess Chuck Norris's brother, and was absolutely terrified because it looked at his face. Oh, okay, you did mean Chuck. And, yeah, I can imagine the Chuck Norris entity Uno reversing 096. That seems about its way in Anomaly. Silent Follower, thank you for donating again, and that's a very cute little corgi. What if I destroyed it for you? Surely as a reality bender, I can find a way, and for you, I'm willing to risk disciplinary consequences, Dr. Sherman. Zerdrin, I greatly appreciate the offer. However, remember, it killed 682 outright. Just gone. We didn't even mark down the documentation. It was so horrifying. So, I don't want to risk a good, somewhat well-behaved anomaly because of that thing. Dr. Sherman, what is Mary Nakayama? I seem to remember that name. Isn't that... Kate Triss's proposal dies in SCP-6820. Oh, yes, I recall this now. Yes, Mary Nakayama apparently fell into the source code of the universe and became a deity slash reality bender slash something or other. And apparently died in 6820? I didn't know that. Crazy. So that 6820 is a big thing. Wow. I mean, I knew it was a big thing, but I didn't realize it was that big. Woof. That is quite the anomaly on anomaly violence. Zombie Slayer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some cake at the commissary to celebrate Site-42's 10-year anniversary. If I was an Immortal D-Class, would the Foundation use me as a D-Class or an SCP? If a D-Class were Immortal, we would absolutely just keep using it in tests. Just, you know, it saves resources. It's that simple. Researcher Parker, thank you for your first, IT Manager Parker, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some cake at the commissary to celebrate Site-42's 10th birthday. Hey, is anyone out there? I've been in the server room since yesterday and would love to get out. Also, where's my lab coat? I have a doctorate in infotech. Oh yeah, you could get really lost in that server room. All right, we'll send a team in to find you and pull you out. Lulz, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a slice of cake on your way past the commissary to celebrate Site-42's 10th anniversary. There's a random tall dude who only moves when I look at him. What do I do? He's in the corner of my room and looks weird. Only moves when you look at him. So an opposite peanut? Da, da, da. Da, na, 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 na. Da, da, da. Do, 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 do. I don't see anything about an SCP that is the opposite of peanut, unfortunately, so I don't have any database entry to help you out with. Good luck! Oh, holy hell. Kinzu, thank you for, besides being a member, your ridiculously generous donation to Site-42's stream today. I am greatly appreciative. Now look, I was just having everybody go get cake to celebrate the birthday, but you need something special. So when you go to the commissary, you're gonna walk right behind the counter. You're not gonna stop and talk to anybody. In fact, talking to them will be seen as a sign of weakness and disqualify you from this. So walk right by them, do not make eye contact, do not talk to the commissary staff. Once you get into the freezer, you're gonna pull on the 4th meat hook from the right, and that is gonna open a secret passage. And inside that secret passage, you are gonna find a freezer case of very fine beveraginos. And this is my personal stash. You're allowed to grab a bottle of whatever you like. Thank you for this very generous stream donation on this, our 10th year as a Site-42 YouTube channel. Hello, Dr. Sherman. Have you ever played the game Control? In that universe, the FBC is a version similar to the SCP Foundation, with the difference being that it only operates in the United States. I think you would love to play this game. I am quite familiar with Control. I have played it. And I'll tell you what, it was a very fun game. It got a little repetitive in the combat side of things, and the weapons weren't too interesting, I don't think. But the powers were great fun to play with. The anomalies were excellent. The story was fantastic. And so, definitely a 9 out of 10 game. And I'll tell you this, I had been in the SCP community for about, I'd say, 8 to 10 years when I played Control finally. Because I didn't play it when it came out, I waited a little bit. And when I started and I walked into the lobby and I started walking through the hallways, I felt nostalgic for a home I had never been to. It felt like I was in the SCP Foundation. I was just wowed by how well that game's atmosphere played off. So, very excellent game. I enjoyed it a lot. I can't wait for the sequel. Meanwhile, yes, they based it on the SCP Foundation, at least in part. That is, they revealed in a Kotaku interview that we were inspiration for the game, so it makes sense that we're so alike. Update. Caracal, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a slice of cake at the commissary to celebrate Site-42’S 10-year anniversary. Update, that thing gave that thing head pats. It's cute. You're joking. Scaring me. Little Elven Vampire asking for a time check. We are currently at the halfway point of stream. We are 90 minutes in approximately. And that means we are 30 minutes from the chippening. And so I am continuing to have a little bit of milk and a little bit of this honey bun to get some breads and dairies and sugars in my stomach to mitigate the heartburn. Double Dick and Clinton and Mr. Monkey Man, thank you all for subscribing to Site-42. Welcome to staff. And hold on. Let's get an acid cooking in there too. Lulz, thank you for donating again. Good luck. I'm gonna name him Fred. We've already got a Fred. SCP-423 is Fred. We don't need another Fred. Come on now. Oh, fun fact, in case you didn't know, by the way. My first SCP-3086, George the Chinchilla, is named George as a reference that it is a living fictional character, and so is SCP-423, Fred. And so, Fred and George, the fictional characters who live, brothers. That was a reference I made before Joanne went insane, so I felt less bad referencing it at the time. Zombie Slayer, thank you for donating again. I'm looking forward to the next 049 breach so I can clock in. Remember, 049 has been behaving itself thanks to it getting unlimited access to the gender switching stone. It's been having a lot of fun with that. So right now there's no breach. We don't have to worry about it. Lulz, thank you for donating twice again. The dude in the corner who looks weird is now named Fred. It's hard not to look at him, almost though he's forcing my gaze to him. He got closer. If it's anomalous, it's an it, not a he. Remember, proper pronoun parlance is important. All anomalies are objects, not people. Oh, my bad, bro. His name is Freddy then. Still not a person. Lance, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a slice of cake at the commissary to celebrate Site-42’S 10th birthday. Give SCP-682 a gallon of ghost peppers for funnies. I mean, I'm afraid that it would do that thing it does where when we tested it with 999, it took what it was feeling and blasted it and made the entire site suffer from tickling, which allowed it to breach. And so if it did the same thing with hot peppers, I would not want to clean the restrooms at that site the following day. Lols, thank you for donating again to clarify. Its name is Freddy, my bad. Thank you for your clarification and correction. I appreciate you. Yo, Dr. Sherman. Well, yo to you too, Damocles. I asked this yesterday mostly as a joke before I got genuinely curious, but how would the Foundation contain Count Orlok, otherwise known as Nosferatu? Let me, do a little recon here. Standard Nosferatu. Well, let me look up SCP vampires. That's going to be the quickest route. SCP vampire. Now, of course, there was the incident between Dr. Benjamin Kondraki and the famous vampire Duke, known as SCP-083-D, which resulted in a massive containment breach that included Dr. Kondraki riding SCP-682 into battle. The incident we've since named Duke Till Dawn. That was one decommissioning of a vampire that happened, canonically. And let's see. SCP-2191, codename Dracula Factory. Huh. Temple complex, dense Hoya forest of Romania. First two floors hold close resemblance to Eastern Orthodox monasteries. Suspected to be a deliberate effort to disguise the true nature of 2191. Habited by organisms classified as 2191-1. Instances are considered genetically human but have undergone several significant, seemingly fatal mutations. All lack major internal organs, with the exception of lungs, heart, and brainstem. Outer skin lacks pigmentation and displays a condition resembling cracked porcelain, possibly related to Harlequin syndrome. Entities appear androgynous, lacking or having somehow removed secondary sex characteristics. Regressed eyes are covered in a layer of skin, rendering them mostly blind but still able to react to light. Huh. Well, that's not necessarily what I'm looking at here. 6297, are you vampires? An investigation into potential anomalous phenomena related to SCP-6297 is underway. This inquiry has been assigned to a representative from Site-184's Department of Presumptive Divination. Okay, so they haven't contained anything there, but it might, they're looking into it, and it might be vampires. That's what I'm hearing. All right, so actually we don't have a lot of vampire containment procedures to look from, but I would wager that we would do the standard, put it in a cell like Des said here, put it in a cell surrounded by UV lights. It couldn't get out if it wanted to. Site-42, how many Gzi do we have again? Asking for a friend. I got him hooked over here. Very nice. Tell your friend we have 4 different Jesus in containment at the Foundation. SCP-3305 is known as Bread Jesus. It is literally a humanoid made of bread. SCP-029-J is Uber Driver Jesus, has a really sick ride, and is a pretty chill dude. SCP-5991 is Vor Jesus. Gods forbid you ever eat an entire Christian Bible without condiments, then you will be swallowed/vored by Vor Jesus, and it will lead you to the abandoned Jesus Land theme park that's in its stomach. There's some timey-wimey, spacey-wacy changes there, but eventually you can leave anytime you want. It's just a weird place to want to go in the first place. And finally, there is, of course, SCP-6542, known as Milk Jesus, or Cheesus for short. The Ethics Committee. Doctor, I really want to thank you for so many years after this amazing channel. You got me into SCP and really found a place where I could feel belonged. I do pretty much everything. We appreciate you. The Ethics Committee, I'm very touched that I was able to help you in that way. We're doing our best here to create a wholesome, healthy community that supports people and the works of the SCP community in general. The SCP is a great community, and I'm just happy to be one little wing of it, doing the best I can to help you guys out. We're making the world a better place, one piece of art at a time. And if we're not the ones making the art, at least we're the ones hyping up the artist and their art. Junior Researcher Sally, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some cake when you go past the commissary to celebrate the 10-year anniversary. Dr. Sherm Cake, I might have trapped someone in my drawing. What should I do? Also, I'm going to make another birthday fan art because I'm bored. Well, I look forward to seeing the art. Thank you in advance. That's adorable. Your arts are always great. And meanwhile, if you trap someone in your drawing, I would go to medical with that drawing and see if they can pull them out. It's not the first time someone got trapped in a pataphysical layer below us, and it won't be the last. I'm Dr. Bread. Well, hello, Dr. Bread. Obviously a worshiper of SCP-3305 if I ever saw one. I hope you're doing well. Thoughts on SCP-5000? Well, Bundalicious, I am just glad that it's not happening in our universe. But also, it's a pretty cool action-adventure romp, if I've ever seen one. Unpopular opinion. SCP-729- is actually kind of cute? You're insane. Insane. That's the only way you could think that. Hello, I'm gonna take a shot of hot sauce when you eat the chip. Bo to go, your solidarity is noted. If you throw Peanut in a pit with no bottom to create upon, do you think it would try to climb out? I can't help to think of those videos where people climb up steep holes by running in circles. Well, even more so, depending on the makeup of the hole and the speed that 173 can move at, it could essentially rub away part of the wall into a ramp to make sure that it could get up. So over time, if it's left to its own devices, it will get out. Or even worse, it'll just fill up the hole with the red and brown substance until the hole is full and it will walk out. Site-42, where do I send fan art? Well, LightSteve78, you can join the Site-42 Discord server if you are of age. Just like the SCP Wiki, we require people to be 18 and up. And there's a fan art channel in there. If you can't do that, you can tag me on Twitter, Blue Sky, or Threads, and I'll find it there. If you don't have an account on either of those, you can send it to my business email, and I'll find it there. You got options. Dr. Sherman, who would win? SCP-4971 versus SCP-2845, the Battle of the Deer Gods. Well, 2845 is quite intricate in its containment procedures because of its excessive power. And I feel like I remember 4971, but I've got to confirm this. All right, this is the DJ Cactus joint. Mall, Doom, Doom, clothing shop. It seems to me that this is small enough to be crushed simply by the rods thrown by 2845. So I'm going to think 2845 has the advantage here. Delta999, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some cake on your way past the commissary to celebrate Site-42’S 10th birthday. Will you be part of the 05? I mean, that's a pretty ambitious goal for any site director to aspire to, but you need to have some pretty big ideas on what you're going to do with the Foundation if you want to take that kind of job. Not to say that there's not certain universes in which I've been recruited for reasons hereto ignored by me because I don't want to know. That's a lot. Darkheart Fighting. Dr. Sherman, you're the best SCP YouTuber in my opinion. Your videos are how I got into the SCP in the first place, and I want to thank you for that. Is Darkheart from Fighting an SCP? So first of all, thank you for the compliments. I am glad that you enjoy the work of the channel. I'm doing my best to highlight the SCP Foundation community and bring people in so we can make bigger and better SCP content. And you guys, as members of Mobile Task Force SITE-42, codename Signal Boosters, are the reason we succeed. So much appreciated. And to answer your question, I don't know what Darkheart Fighting your user handle is. Darkheart. Okay, it does have a, it's a Minecraft entity, it seems like. So if it existed as a universe, it would, oh, this is one of the swords in Fighting. Well, it does seem anomalous, but it's not an SCP because it's not on the SCP database. Holy shit. 10 Tails. 10 Tails back at it again with the $100 dono. Jiminy sakes. 10 Tails, thank you for your immense generosity with this donation. I know this is not your first donation of the day, but I still need you to report to the Site-42 Gymnasium and at the juice bar, ask them for a Dr. Sherman smoothie, and then enjoy your workout. Oh, you're gonna have a good time. Dr. Chairman, I've taken all of the ice cream from the site and all the remaining milk as well. You're most likely going to suffer. I'm still armed and ready, baby. You ain't stopping me that easy. I am prepared. We're getting Batman up in here. We check for every contingency. Meanwhile, the Raving Fox. Hello, Dr. Sherman. Happy 10 years. I hope you're having a great day. We are having a great day. Thank you very much. We'll find out if it's a great day in 14 minutes when we do the chippening. We are almost to the 10-minute mark on the chippening. Also, a side note, how will SCP do against Seongjin Lee? Hero has returned, Warrior has returned. Yes, the same one that has Kim Minsu. We talked about this on a previous stream, and the problem becomes that, you know, it's a world-shattering hero. And so, honestly, we need to do the whole diplomacy and see if we can talk it into not breaching normalcy. Otherwise, we need to banish it to another dimension / layer of reality where it can't bother us. Happy birthday to Site. Happy birthday to Site. Happy birthday to Site-42. Thank you, Lee Tenner, for your wonderful song. Delta999, thank you for donating again. Will Site-42 be able to contain the vile thieving bird? I am unfamiliar with the vile thieving bird. I'll take a quick peek at the database here. Shadow Slave Wiki. Vile thieving bird was a creature of dreadful power that managed to steal a demon's eye and became mad by one glimpse of what was hidden in Weaver's pupil. History, trivia. A giant creature that had a hunchback, a disheveled mantle, and black messy feathers. Terrifying beak and mighty wings. All right, so we'd have to clip its wings first, because if it can fly away, then it is going to be very difficult to contain a giant bird. This isn't telling me much about what it can do. Let me see if I can find another source. I'm finding it hard to find a answer for its capabilities, unfortunately. Likes to steal shiny things. So we could easily use a shiny thing to bait it. That would be good. Yeah, I can't find much about this thing's capabilities, so unfortunately I can't really explain how we'd contain it because I don't know what it can quite do. My apologies. Dr. Sherman, what is SCP-3388? All I remember, it is an old god similar to the Scarlet King and SCP-2845. 3388, isn't that codename Dildos Have Dreams Too? No, that's Cthulhu. What was I thinking about? Was I thinking about 3883? Yes, I was thinking about 3883, which is another old god-style entity, sort of. So Cthulhu is a cactus and communicates via electronic devices and claims to be a outer god. Meanwhile, SCP-3883 is a not-so-nice dragon, dildo, that when you fall asleep next to it, you dream of the Cthulhu entity contained within it. Or not really the Cthulhu entity, it's just afraid or ashamed of being what it is. Therefore, it gives you haunted nightmares to try and make itself feel better. How are you today, Sherman the Frog? I haven't heard that one before. That's pretty good. Sherman the Frog here. Hi-ho. Delta999, thank you for donating again. It stole the eye of Weaver, who is a god of fate. It can steal someone's fate. Then I would use a shiny thing to trick it into stealing the fate of someone who was contained by the Foundation. Then, of course, we'd have to dispose of the D-class whose fate it was to be contained by us, but that's easy enough. Ah, 9 minutes until the chippening. 9 minutes until the chippening. Dr. Sherman, sadly yesterday, the entity that named itself Doctor heard you shout "grab it" and ran away, but it dropped a contraption like a wand or a pen light. All right, we'll put that in a box and guard the box because it's going to come back for that thing. We know that it will. Now, I'm tempted to run some tests on it, but first, we use it as bait. Priority is getting the Doctor entity itself. Sharish. Interesting. Can we see the chip of doom? All right, I am holding it by this glove they included. Because I don't trust this damn thing. But here is the chip of chippening getting ready for action. It is on hand. The bells have tolled. God has arrived. Prepare for the chipping. Oh boy. Foxpacks & Co., thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself some cake on your way past the commissary to celebrate Site-42’S 10th anniversary. Update on the situation from yesterday. Turns out they were just two dudes who were in really detailed cosplays. Huh. There must be some sort of convention around you. "40-year-old man drops dead on live after crunching on a really spicy nacho. Oh, ye of little faith. Ye of little faith." I've been here since the live started, just been quiet. Oh, no problem, Phantom Dragon. Observing is worth it in this case. Happy anniversary, Site-42. Well, thank you very kindly, I_exist666. Appreciate you being here for the finale. For the grand moment. I'm not 40, by the way. I'm almost 40. Name equals Andy. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some cake as you go by the commissary to celebrate Site-42’S 10th birthday. Doc, I'm so sleepy, but I gotta be here for the chip. We are 5 minutes and counting for the chip. Yes, if you're doing a hot sauce shot in solidarity, now is the time to grab that. Okay, I've got the milk. I've got the honey bun. I can munch on more of that. I've got my Tums. Let's take one more of those. Preventative measures. Okay. I remember an SCP explained with a tree, when anything touches it, it grows more of it. Is it a real tree, real SCP, and if so, could we get more 500s or 113s? So, that tree is real. I forget what the tree's name is. Isn't it like the everything tree? 038, yes. So, let's see. We have a... It has been noted that SCP-038 is able to clone SCP-500. However, such pills only work 30% of the time, with a successful chance of healing dropping as time since cloned increases. In 60% of the cases where the infection is permanent, symptoms of the infection remain. So... yes, the clones are not perfect, therefore that did not help. As well, I would assume the gender switching stone would also have bad side effects like that if we were to do it. Foxpacks & Co., thank you for donating again. Also, how would the Foundation contain Xana from Code Lyoko? I forget what that was. But Site-42 staff, I'm going to take a quick break to utilize the facilities before this chip goes in my mouth. When I come back, the chippening begins. So everyone in the chat who shows up like, where's Dr. Sherman at? I'll be right back. We are getting this chippening about to go. Be back in a moment. I'm washing my hand. Well, right now I'm just in the bathroom. I haven't touched the tip yet. All hail Dr. Chair indeed, I guess. Okay, people. It's 1 minute to time. Let us begin the preparations. Yeah, no, the music, this is actually the time for extreme music for once. Thank you for well-timed epicness. All right, first off, we glove up. Like a glove. Second, we open the seal. Now, before I open that seal, I'm getting my trash bag ready to put the trash in a safe location once I'm done with it. So we have a safe location for the chips bag to go. We open the container. There we go, it's open. The bag is open. We are preparing the chip here. My fingers are in the bag. Now, before I do this chip, it is speech time. I did not set out to be a YouTuber. It just kind of happened. If you had told me 10 years ago that I'd be at the 10-year anniversary of SITE-42 with 1 million YouTube followers, with 3 million followers on TikTok, I would have thought you were crazy. This is not the plan I had in life, but it is the plan that life gave me. And I am proud of how far we have come as a community. I am proud of the work I have done with you guys. I look forward to where we go from here. Higher heights, bigger projects, more SCP stuff happening, inspiring more people to join the community, inspiring more SCP films and games to get made. When we reach the Markiplier unfathomable resources limit, then we will make our own games and films. SCP Choose Your Own Adventure, like Markiplier in Space. I want to see that, but SCP Containment Breach, the Choose Your Own Adventure live action YouTube series or something. I have a million ideas. I just need the resources to make them. And we're going to get that. Because if we got this far, we can go anywhere. And so with that, the bag is open. My fingers are inside holding the chip. From the moment I eat this chip and I'm watching the timer, I need to hold out for 5 minutes. SITE-42 staff, let's do what YouTubers do when they celebrate things and debase ourselves with a physical challenge, causing ourselves immense pain for no reason other than the entertainment of a chat. Unsheathing the chip. And here goes fucking nothing. Disposing of the bag. 3, 2, 1. The chip is gone. I'm getting the last crumbs. I forgot to plug my nose. I feel some sweat. I definitely feel some water coming from my eyes. I definitely feel the fire. Ugh. It is ramping. We're breathing through it. You're right, Leaf. 1,000-yard stare. You've just got to ride the wave. We are 2 minutes into this chippening. I'm supposed to wait 5 minutes before I drink milk. I do feel a bead of sweat. Let the hate flow through you. Feel the power of the dark side. Right now, you're right, SCP-729-J. And I am, in fact, at this point, in enough pain that I'm immune to the effects of SCP-729-J. This is very interesting. I've never experienced this. You saw nothing, by the way. We ate it at 121 minutes into the stream, and we were at 124. We were 3 minutes into this chip. Just gotta breathe through it. Just got a little mucus runnage Not to be unexpected. Okay. Okay, I think we're reaching the end of the ride. Licking my lips did make my lips a little hot. So that's a fun experience. Well, 4 minutes into the chip, I believe I have proved myself worthy and sturdy enough to be site director of Site-42. What do you think? Am I a stalwart enough defender of the mantra of the SCP Foundation? Do you feel secure and contained and protected by my leadership of this site? You know, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling respectable about this. And we are at 5 minutes. If I were to drink some milk right now, I would be within my rights. But I'm doing okay. So why don't we just hang out a bit longer? Why don't we just hang out a little bit longer? What's the worst that could happen, right? This was anticlimactic, to be honest. I agree. I understand your feeling, Frogman, but at the same time, I'm boss company right now. I'm unstoppable. Should have done a fresh ghost pepper. You know what? I'll have to try that this time, because if I've survived this, then I'm feeling pretty good. As I said, I've done The Last Dab, and I've done The Bomb Beyond Insanity, and they were quite hot. If I remember correctly, I reacted quite like this. Yes, so please, enjoy the anticlimax, because that is only the might of the site directorship of Site-42 that you are witnessing. Ghost pepper at 2 mil? Okay. Get me to 2 mil, we'll ghost pepper. I agree. Oh no, my mom is searching up this channel. I am cooked. Well, Avery, all that your mother is going to see is me calmly surviving the effects of the hot chip challenge. So nothing crazy is going to happen. Yeah, besides a little bit of perspiration, a little bit of mucus buildup and runniness. Other than that, this is pretty good. And you know what? I heard it tasted bad. Didn't taste that bad. Which hot chip did I get in particular? That way I can recommend it to you in the future. Go to the delivery service. Am I signed in? Can I sign in? Okay. Submit code. Submit secondary code. God, we're so secure here at the Foundation. Going into order history. This was the Red Hot Reaper One Chip Challenge Hottest Snack Carolina Reaper and Trinidad Scorpion Super Spicy Hot Chip, sold by Red Hot Reaper is the brand. That was a $16 Dorito I just ate. So in case you want to try the same chip I just tried, that is up to you. Wowza. That was a pretty impressive hit of spice. How did the chip taste? I mean, it didn't really taste like much besides just like seasoning. Maybe salt. But then it hit the crazy spice, and that's what you're really tasting for the rest of it. I could really use a handkerchief at this point. I'm just sweating a little bit. Okay. There we go. We've done what we were supposed to do, which was a silly, stupid YouTube prank to celebrate 10 years. Are you not entertained? We are 30 seconds from the 10-minute mark. At that point, I'm just going to have some milk because I'd rather drink my water, but water's going to make the spice worse unless I have some milk first. I think I'm insane. You think you want the chip now? Be aware, I am particularly strong with spice. So what you're dealing with, it's up to you and your spice tolerance. I came into this worried because I didn't know what it was going to be like. But honestly, after this, it's about as hot as the hottest sauces I've had. Okay. And that is the 10-minute mark. I'm going to enjoy a nice taste of strawberry milk and sip this in my victory. All right. Well, that was our SITE-42 10-year anniversary birthday one-chip challenge. Desk is allowing for emoji spam for the limited time to celebrate that. I'm going to put this trash away. Thank you very much. Okay, that was good. We can let the epic music fade away on time now that the event is concluded. And then, yeah, we just have 50 minutes left of stream. It's just a normal run-of-the-mill stream, guys. Is there anything weird going on? I don't know. I just thought it was a office hours stream, that's all. I didn't note any craziness, did you? Welcome to office hours if you haven't been here. Was there a one-chip challenge? Did Dr. Sherman no-sell that pretty well, I think? I can't even remember. Very good. Not gonna lie, I am a bit proud. I think I rocked that, and I'm happy about it. Okay, what's up, boy? Thank you for subscribing to SITE-42. Welcome to staff. Bye, Drowsy. Thanks for coming for the fun times. All right, let me get to the donos that happened while I was going through that. Actually, real quick, I do need to have a little more bread because I can already feel my stomach doing a little, hey, what did you just eat, you stupid asshole? SCP-729-J and SCP or 729-J-SCP. Thank you for the multiple donations during the Hot Chip event. Good luck. May the odds ever be in your favor. Let the hate flow through you. Feel the power of the dark side. Not gonna lie, that dono actually gave me a little bit of dark energy to survive what we were going through there. I was tanking through it and I saw feel the power and I was like, yeah, I feel the power. We need more Dr. Chair content. I will have to let Dr. Chair have a stream of their own at some point. Delta999, thank you for donating again. So far, he is immune to the effects. Unlimited power. SCP-729-J, thank you for donating again, holding up the phone. I saw everything. No, you didn't. Cypher's Girl, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a slice of cake at the commissary for celebrating the 10-year anniversary. Sherman, please take a mental health break after this. Oh, my plan for the rest of the night is to simmer, especially because I'm worried about the after effects of said chip. So today is going to be a relaxing day at the end of the day. Delta999, thank you for donating again, as well as Edward, thank you for donating. I think that's your first donation of the day, so grab some cake. And for both of you, were you created or born? And no doubt in my mind now you are anomalous. No, I am just an SCP Foundation site director of normal human biology. I'm not anomalous. I was born of mother and father like most human beings are. Just a normal, everyday, average, non-anomalous dude. That's me. Dr. Sherman, the human guy. Chester Factory, thank you for donating again. At least that thing has to go back into containment unless it breaks his word. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Gamer, thank you for donating again. Made it back just in time to see it. F the EC. F the EC indeed. SCP-729-J, thank you for donating again. Resumes playing piano inside Sherman's walls. Lady Liliths, welcome to Site-42 membership at the Overseer level. You're the boss now, dog. We appreciate your service and your membership. Enjoy your badges, your custom emojis, your green name, and your early access to videos as soon as they're posted. Rebel Commander, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some cake on your way past the commissary to celebrate Site-42's 10th birthday. Oh, and thank you for being a member as well. Not going with aliens, but they gave me super speed. Oh, another speedster like 5886. That's, at least we don't have to contain you. Cypher's Girl, see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Dr. Sherman, please try a fire gummy worm at some point. Trust me, it burns. I have never heard of that, but I'm interested. What is this? What am I seeing here? Oh, geez. Amber, thank you for your direct donation through the Site-42 Ko-Fi, which, if you want to go around that way, then YouTube doesn't take 30% of the donation. So if you want to put in the effort for that, it's appreciated. And you silly gracious man, have the chip on me. Thank you for donating the exact amount of the cost of the chip. Very gracious of you. Don't forget your honey bun. Thank you, Researcher Stone, for the reminder. Gotta keep doing what I can to settle that stomach. Right now, we know the heat was fine, but the digestive distress is going to be another story. We'll have to find out. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating again. Oh, it turns out I just make everything around me slow. Ooh. That is a crazier ability, because depending on what around you means, it means that the people around you will be slowed in time while the rest of the world stays at time. And that means that you're able to make people age slower compared to the rest of the world. What a world that would be. If you could just slow time in one spot, and you could go there if you wanted time to be slowed down for you for a little bit, but not for a lot. The Overseers might have use for you if that's the case. I heard Hertz going in, Hertz going out, so good luck. Yep, that's what I'm worried about. That is why the Milk and honey bun and Tums are on hand to mitigate whatever we can. There's just another pseudo-intellectual saying a bunch of nothing. Bye. Wow, you do not understand the room you're standing in, buddy. That's hilarious. Obviously knows nothing about the SCP Foundation. Poor soul. How do you feel to have anomalies and personnel in the chat? Well, personnel are supposed to be in the chat. That's what this is for. When anomalies show up, it's a little confusing because they're not supposed to have phones. But sometimes, in certain universes, I guess they get privileges that they don't at my site. Pardon. Intended bug. How does it feel to live and breathe knowing your life is impermanent and you will return to the great void when you die? Well, that depends on what happens after. And if you know what I mean by that, because that's the title of SCP-278, what the hell number is it? SCP, what happens after? 2718 is what I was trying to say. If you're familiar with what happens after SCP-2718, I am not comfortable because what happens at the end is crazy and terrifying, and no one should have to go through that, and I really hope that it's not true. Are you the guy who tried to make a tree scream? Researcher Hostetter, that tree will scream, okay? SCP-4521 will scream. Do not sass me about this. Ooh, a little bit of a residual spice got from somewhere into my mouth, into my throat there. Ooh, that was surprising. Can Dr. Chair make the tree scream? I'll have to check with Dr. Chair after the stream. Wonderland VR, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a slice of cake on your way past the commissary to celebrate SITE-42’S 10th birthday. Happy 10 years, much love, and much appreciated to you. What was the chip called? I'ma save my money for it. Tater Tot, I'll give you that one more time. Logging back in, going to my orders. It is Red Hot Reaper, 1 chip challenge, hottest snack, Carolina Reaper and Trinidad Scorpion super spicy hot chip from the company Red Hot Reaper. Got it off of the Bezos store. I gotta head off. Happy 10 years, Doc. I've started reversing time on your channel to see the past documentation. Keep up the good work. Researcher Krieg, thank you for your service and enjoy the videos while you can. And we accept your best wishes and we look forward to future doing our good work over here. What if you gave the 1 chip to someone that doesn't know it's the 1 chip and thinks it's a normal chip? I would almost imagine you could be, that could qualify as assault for that thing. I mean, that's pretty rude. I wonder which terrible YouTuber prankster did that to their friend and filmed it. Because I know someone has done that. Prank YouTubers are the worst. Desk is going to drop the link to the chip in the chat. So, Desk, here is the link. Sounds like a Paul Brothers video. Yeah, I know. Me having to tell people I'm a YouTuber, and then they're like, oh, like the Paul Brothers. No. Absolutely no. Dr. Sherman, if the thing that happens in the My Hero universe happened in the SCP universe, would the SCP Foundation release the human anomalies because their abilities could be passed off as quirks? Quirks? No, what we would do is we would try to contain all the anomalous people who just showed up out of nowhere. But what would end up happening is because we couldn't contain everybody who developed a quirk that one time it all happened, we would have to release the Ennui Protocol, like we did with SCP-8900-EX. That is a worldwide amnestic aerosol spraying that made everyone in the world forget what the world was like before. So it made people think that things were normal. When we did it then, it was because the world turned from what it originally was, black and white, to what we now perceive as color. And so we had to make everyone think that it had always been this way. That's what the Ennui Protocol is about. So we would have to first do the Ennui Protocol so that everybody thought quirks were always a thing. But then just like in superhero universes like Marvel or such, there are differences between super soldiers with chemicals or mutants or different ways to get powers. And so quirks would be non-anomalous in that case, because we'd make them non-anomalous. And then we'd still have the people who are not quirks but different mutants locked up. Lol, I kind of wish I had the motivation to be an SCP writer. I just don't know what to do. Maybe next year. Well, my suggestion for that is number one, start small. All of my articles, you notice, they're pretty short. I don't have much of an attention span for long articles, so I like short works. And on top of that, you've just got to practice your writing in general, your storytelling, and that is how you start to build the skills, the brain muscles, to make SCP articles. It takes some practice and it takes some work. It's not easy, but it's also not as hard as everyone thinks it is. Dr. Sherman, are you interested in a Carolina Reaper? Well, I think that is in the docket of things to do. We're doing Ghost Pepper at... We're doing Ghost Pepper at 2 million now. We just agreed. And the chip that I just did does have Carolina Reaper involved in it as one of the 2 peppers. So, yeah, I guess let's give it a try sometime when I'm prepared for it, and we'll do okay, I guess. I would say you're more like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye. Raving Fox, I accept that as a very strong compliment. How would you keep the Foundation secret if 096 destroyed a city on live television? Well, number one, it's happened before and you didn't hear about it, so we're pretty good at our job. You need to close down the city, you need to amnesticize witnesses, you tell them that it was a weather event or an explosion or something like that, you get all the news to report what you want them to report, you're pretty much in the clear. Dr. Sherman, I have to go, but one thing. What is SCP-001 Swan? I would to go before we go. Swan's proposal, isn't that the one where... This is the one where the SCP Wiki is... they find out that we, the authors, exist, right? Yeah, but we found out that there is a god, and it is SCP-001, and it's a bunch of horror writers. So Swan's proposal is that we, as humanity, are the SCP-001, and that the SCP Wiki exists on a lower pataphysical layer, and that is who is dealing with. That's what Swan's proposal is. The more streams I watch, the more I realize you said Sacre Bleu multiple times. The Frenching has worked. Yeah, I just like Sacre Bleu. It has a fun ring to it. I've been saying that for years. As Desk points out, as always, if my country bumpkin and reading disability ass can write a successful SCP, anyone can. I don't know if they're here, but Gears, Light, Man, Moose, Roth, Chowder, Sumerian, and Billith were invited to join the stream. Well, if you guys are here, it's good to see you, and in part of celebrating Site-42’S 10-year anniversary, shout out to the SCP author community, the staff of the SCP Wiki. They are the reason we do this here at Site-42. They inspired me with excellent stories of all sorts, and I was sold. I was just a humble theater kid doing my thing, and the SCP community grabbed me by the throat and said, I'm going to be here forever. And I've loved it ever since. You didn't die, Shermiku. I found something very odd. I have mech wings and a mech tail. I can open dimensional portals. I think I'm anomalous. Don't continue, please. That's anomalous AF. You're going in a box. There's no denying that. Hi, I'm sort of new to working here, but I have a question. If you were to pretend you had been sheltered from viruses and diseases, could you try and get the plague doctor to explain the pestilence? We have done everything we can to talk the plague doctor into telling us what's up, and it hasn't. So I'm still of the camp that there is no pestilence in the first place, and the 049 has a loose one up there. Bryden, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a slice of cake at the commissary since we're celebrating Site-42’S 10th birthday. And yes, this is the 10th anniversary of Site-42’S YouTube channel. The first video was released on June 5th, 2015, and we have been here for 10 years doing this. It's crazy talk. What if you got all the SCP diseases? You would die. Oh my, SCP-6101 has subscribed to Site-42. Welcome to staff, and thank you for subscribing. SCP-6101, the strongest SCP and the most powerful. Hell yeah, you get 'em. Had he eaten the one chip yet? Adrian, I can imagine what you'd be confused as to why maybe I haven't eaten the chip yet because I'm handling it so well. But I tanked that chip approximately 30 minutes ago. So if you want to go see that, you can roll back in the stream 30 minutes. Do not try me, Dr. Sherman. I will go bibbidi-bobbidi-boo and turn you into a worm. Site-42 staff, would you still love me if I were a worm? Well, thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. Depends. Thanks, Edward. Dr. Werman. Nice, B. Nice. Good hit. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating again. What if the pestilence is sin itself? Maybe? That's very unlikely because what human hasn't sinned? But 049 only thinks some people have the pestilence, so that is not exactly likely to be the case. Would you win against Dr. Freeman? I mean, Gordon has been through a lot. You gotta respect the moxie for Gordon. Also, I'm not typically the one for combat. I use the Foundation Fitness Initiative to train to run away from containment breaches, not towards them, so... he's pretty handy with that crowbar. I think it'd be a tough fight. Hello, Doctor. I am an SCP-729-J instance, so I decided to rename myself because funnies. Okay. You enjoy yourself, and at least it's a name I don't have to gag at. Which, by the way, I look forward, or I don't look forward to losing the ability to say that comfortably. I owe that chip for a little bit of powers there. I guess when you survive that, you can survive anything for a little bit. Dr. Sherman, could you by chance let me out of my cell? I promise I'll be good. The answer to that is no. You are staying in the box until otherwise told by your research head. The Bloxy Games. Yes, you did miss the one-chip challenge. It was at the 2-hour mark in the stream, which was 36 minutes ago. Hello, Dr. Sherman. Are SCPs 321 and 590 now Shaws? Well, Silver Runner, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a slice of cake on your way past the commissary because of today's SITE-42’S 10th birthday. And to answer your question, the SCP Wiki is a very vast site dealing with a lot of stuff regarding the whole, regarding our authors' rights. There's a lot of ways where we have to like deliberate as a team. And I say we, but I mean site staff. Deliberate what gets changed due to it or what gets taken down due to it. And so I don't know that those two SCPs have seen any changes. The name is redacted in 321, so therefore that one's gone. And it looks like... it's also not... There's no changes to 590. But at this point, it's really up to your headcanon. I know they haven't changed 963 either, but it's something that, you know, there's over 8,000 going on 9,000 stories on the SCP Wiki. If we just ignore that 1 or 2 articles, it's not a big deal. The Captain, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a slice of cake on your way past the commissary for celebrating SITE-42’S 10th birthday. What would happen if all in the world saw an SCP? How would that happen in this hypothetical? Would it be some sort of mental effect that went through all of humanity? Is it I mean, I can't imagine how everyone would see it at once anyways. But, I mean, likelihood we'd have to do something to, I mean, that sounds like more of a broken masquerade scenario. It sounds like the genie's out of the bottle. Unless it's little enough that the ennui protocol works. If it's a big deal, it's going to be hard to amnesticize the world. So it's going to be more of a broken masquerade scenario is my bet. Dr. Sherman, I really, really want to know, what do you think of the ghost leviathans from planet 4546b or Subnautica? I'm really curious to know your thoughts. So, here's the deal. I don't like bugs. I don't like spiders. And I don't like being underwater. I do not play Subnautica. That shit is terrifying. And so if that thing is under there, I hate it. I think it is monstrous and I don't like it. Nuke the ocean, that's what I say. Rebel, thank you for donating again. Aliens chill will drop off tech if planet not gone. Yeah, we'll see about that. Dr. Sherman, can you be an SCP if you manipulate energy and technology? Please don't contain me. Why would you admit that? You know you're going to go in the box. I know you're going to go in the box. You know you're going to go in the box. So, you didn't have to do that, but you did. I guess you just wanted the attention, huh? Adrian, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as your first donation to Site-42 ever. We appreciate your aid. Make sure to grab yourself some cake on your way past the commissary to celebrate Site-42's 10th birthday. And enjoy your stay. Hi, Dr. Sherman. What canons are there that explain how the SCP Foundation was formed? And what is the most commonly used one? Ooh, interesting question. All right, so depending on the universe, sometimes the SCP Foundation is founded as early as the 1400s. Others have them forming in the 1800s. And so that will tell you a little bit about the kinds of technology that is working on. But there's not a lot of canons or stories that go into the founding of the Foundation. Now, very often you'll see something like the American Secure Containment Initiative, which is a precursor to the Foundation. I believe sometimes the Department of Abnormalities might be a Foundation precursor as well, an abandoned Foundation precursor. And of course, you've always got to deal with the fact that every time we have to use SCP-2000 to reboot humanity, that makes time a little wibbly-wobbly of how much we actually know about the real timeline. Because how many times did we actually all die first? Sorry about the earthquake. The Captain, thank you for donating again. Spider Moon, Spider Moon. Ah, yes. What the hell were the lyrics to Spider Moon? It's been so long. I don't care about Spider Moon. Lunar base over there. Blow it up for all I care. That's right. Blow up the Spider Moon. Yeah. Dr. Shermy Wormy, how do you feel about the Aces and Eights canon? I think Cowboy SCP universe is pretty dope. I can't lie. SCP in the Cowboy times? Freaking cool. Clips of streamers. You are not a clever troll. And you're boring. So goodbye. Silent Follower, thank you for donating again. Thalassophobia, same. Yeah, definitely. The captain. Donating again. Spider Moon, sing more, please. All right, I'll give you one more run through of the song. Spider Moon, I don't care about Spider Moon. Lunar base, way up there. Blow it up for all I care. That's right. Blow up the Spider Moon. That was a fun one to get animated. Dr. Sherman, question. How you doing right now, and what is it like being part of the Foundation's researchers? Right now I'm doing pretty good. The hot chip is gone. The stomach seems to have settled. So I think we're in the clear. We'll have to see what happens later on, i.e. indigestion and the other half. But that's just what I do to show our stoicism and site directorship and to make sure you know I'm the one to lead this caravan. And yeah, working at the Foundation is great. It's very rewarding. You know, we do die in the dark so they can live in the light, but, you know, that's work satisfaction. We're doing a good job here. It's important what we do. The work is mysterious and important. Dr. Sherman, what had been your favorite SCP to study? Researcher Adrian, my favorite SCPs are listed at the end of stream, which is only 14 minutes away from now. So if you want to hear my favorite SCPs, just hang out for 14 minutes. You'll be good. It's me again. Had the shot of hot sauce and then some charcoal. Bo to go. Do you mean like activated charcoal to do something for your stomach to get rid of the hot sauce? I'm a little confused. Yes, Star, 14 minutes. Actually, 13 now, because we're coming up on the 3-hour mark. What is your opinion on jumping spiders? I personally think they're cute. Dr. Singer. You can have fun with the spiders. All you want. Just keep them the hell away from me. Manadin, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a slice of cake on your way past the commissary to celebrate SITE-42’S 10th birthday. Is death deadly? Well, only if life is lively. Do 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 do. Dr. Sherman, I'm confused on how SITE-42 is having a 10th birthday. Can you please elaborate? Well, the SITE-42 YouTube channel is 10 years old. It is, actually, no, I take it back. SITE-42, the site, identifies as a little girl. And we all have to respect SITE-42, the building. Otherwise, it gets mad at us, and it locks doors unnecessarily, and it makes staircases turn into ramps to annoy researchers. So we have to treat SITE-42 kindly, and we have to celebrate its birthdays. Otherwise, it gets mad at us. You know, working at the Foundation's weird. What can I say? Dr. Shermplier, some silly fan art and a drawing has dropped. Well, let me take a little peek, Oh, cool. Very nice, Junior Researcher Sally. I will show these off for the staff. So this is piece number 1, the birthday Dr. Sherman. It's a very nice hat. I like your art here. And secondarily, I think that very well tells you the mood of the stream. I think that does a pretty good read there. Coming back to chat. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating again. Aliens gave instant communication with their planet. I wonder if that's going to be of any use to us. The Captain, thank you for donating again. I've sent all Site-19 SCPs to your house. Well, at least I live at Site-42 on the dormitories, therefore we can at least get them in a containment. But, could you not? Although we do get their research budget if we get their anomalies. Okay, I'm turning over on this idea. This might not be the worst idea. Gimme. KG6 move. Hi. Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to get yourself a slice of cake on your way past the commissary to celebrate Site-42's 10th birthday and buy yourself a pet spider. Thank you. So much. I will not be buying a pet spider. You know this. You jerk. Rock on, rock on. What's your favorite site other than Site-42? Adrian, I think I'm going to say Site-43. I think Dr. Blank and Dr. Weddle have some fun things going on over at Site-43. Definitely worth looking into. They've got a big cannon with a bunch of stuff going on over there. Oh, Zero, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a slice of cake on your way past the commissary to celebrate Site-42's 10th birthday. And also, thank you for being a member. Does Site-42 have a motherboard that is compatible with the parts I need to upgrade my CPU? I'm asking for a friend if never steal company tech. I'd never steal company tech. Humana. I mean, we have a pretty good IT division. It's just a matter of, are they willing to part with it? So you're going to have to put in a requisition form. Let them know why you need it, that sort of thing. Where would I find the Site-42 Ko-Fi? The Raving Fox, if you enter the description of most videos on Site-42, you will find a support link. And the support link has links to our platforms, our business email, and all of our different supports like Patreon, channel membership, and the Ko-Fi. So you'll be able to find it at our support link, which is in the descriptions of our videos. Toxical, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, and it is an extremely generous one. So I want you to go over to the Site-42 library, and I want you to ask for what book is it? I'm forgetting right now. I have it written down in a note. I rarely get over there. Ah, yes. You need to go ask for a copy of The Ingenious Gentleman, Don Quixote of La Mancha at the librarian. And once you do, they're going to bring you a book, but the book is not going to be a book. The book is going to have something in there, and that is what you get for your generosity today. Thank you very much. Hey, Dr. Sherman, congrats on the 10-year anniversary. Well, thank you kindly. Entering the double digits is a big achievement. At the end of the day, I'm thinking of hosting a party in the cafeteria with the staff. SCPs 999, 073, 066, and of course 871, and a few others. Hey, that's a good idea. I think I'll join you over there. That sounds fun. We're wrapping up stream in about 6 minutes, so I'll join you at the commissary after that. Jay Roman, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a slice of cake at the commissary to celebrate Site-42’S 10th birthday. Two things. One, what do you know about containment breach of Site-19? And two, what's your opinion on SCP-207? Have you played CB? Hold on just 1 second. Having a little digestive bubble from certain actions that took place on this stream. Just gotta breathe through. Yeah, this is certainly gonna be a fun night. Maybe I'll miss that party in the commissary. Ooh. Okay. I'm starting to have some digestive cramping. Give me a moment. I'm gonna go check in with medical real quick. You guys hang out with Dr. Chair. You didn't give Dr. Chair any lip, did you? I'm gonna have a briefing with Dr. Chair at the end and see what you guys had to say. Okay, so, yes, there was a bit of cramping, but it has abated for now. So I am, thankfully we are at the end of stream, so all I have to do is get through the donos and the outro, and I'm good to go sit in a nice, comfortable chair and retch for a while. We'll see how this evening goes. But first. Silent Follower, thank you for... Oh, no, I can't say that because I haven't answered Jay Roman yet. Jay Roman, thank you for your donation to have your cake. Number one, I mean, which containment breach is Site-19? They have so many. Are you talking about the one where someone stole all their anomalies recently? Because that I know nothing about at all. And I have no want for their anomalies. Meanwhile, Opinion on 207. Now, I have played Containment Breach on stream once. I should really get back into it. I've just been really busy. 207. I don't remember 207 off the top of my head. Ah, yes, it's the Super Coca-Cola. Yep, make sure you don't die when you're drinking that. Otherwise, it's otherwise not unremarkable. Silent Follower, thank you for donating again. It's been fun. Signing off. Good night. Happy 10th anniversary, Sherman. By the way, nice shirt. Love the color. Well, thank you very much when you come to see the end of stream to see how I responded to your dono. I appreciated it, and you have a great night. And thank you. I like this shirt. The Captain, thank you for donating again. I have full control over Site-42. Hee hee hee. You're going to have a bad time. Good luck. Our artificial intelligence defenses are very strong. You will not have control for long. If you do, it's possible that you might instead have a sort of lent state of control that you think you have. I'd be careful if I were you. That's all I'd say. And thank you for donating twice for that same statement. I'm sorry that took me so long since I was dealing with the digestive cramping that chip is doing to my insides right now. I just saw Foxy the Raving Fox. Thank you for doing a long route donation through Ko-Fi. Much appreciate your direct donation. I'm logging in right now to see what the if there was a message that came with it or not. You were logged in a minute ago. Why aren't you logged in now? About to get my first entry uploaded. Doc, let me tune in to celebrate 10 years. Excited to be making my first post. Been making drafts with one of my friends, but this is the big one. Opening a new site for this. Hey, good luck on your first post. I hope you've gone through the editing process. I hope you've gone through the critique process and done everything you need to do to get this ready. And that you've got a good article in it that succeeds. Best of luck. And hey, if it doesn't work out, then make the edits you got to make and try again. You just got to work it. Pierce the heavens. Do the impossible. Adrian, thank you for donating again. Dr. Sherman, what's your opinion on Dr. Chair? Well, Dr. Chair is a very capable researcher. I appreciate his work greatly. Zero, thank you for donating again. You need to hire Subject 106, not to be confused with the SCP. I think he would be a valuable asset. Site-42, he has many feats under his name. Yes, I do recall some sort of Subject 106. I forget what universe they are from. Yeah, the Trepang Squared group. Yeah, I mean, if we could get the person and did not get in a fight with them or anything like that, that could be useful. Okay, we have reached the end of the stream. We did it, people. 10 years on YouTube. Here's to another 10. One hot chip down the way. We'll get a 2 million subs for the Ghost Pepper chair. Or the Ghost Pepper fight. A Ghost Pepper chair. So, as we do at the end of every stream, I tell you my favorite SCPs. Of course, I'm not going to tell you my SCPs that I wrote are my favorites. That would be cheating. No, you can go to my author page on the SCP Wiki, the Sherm's author page and Site-42 Hub, to see the SCPs I have written and or contributed to in other ways. And while you're there, you can hit our support links. You can become a patron of Site-42 on Patreon. You can become a YouTube channel member here. Different benefits for different tiers of both, whatever one suits your fancy. And even if you cannot directly donate to Site-42, that is okay, because as long as you are here liking, sharing, watching the videos all the way through, giving us that watch time, you are helping us to boost the algorithm of Site-42, which we will use to boost other SCP projects. That way, everybody in the SCP community gets bigger and better works under their belt. I want to see SCP movies. I want to see SCP games. I want to see so many SCP things. And the only way we do it is if we all band together, and that's why you, the team known as Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed Signal Boosters, are the most important part of the Site-42 group. I'm just the site director. I'm just here to run logistics. You guys are the reason everything happens. So, without further ado, my favorite SCPs, in no particular order, are 3999. Oh no! Stop! Stop! I almost forgot. I forgot the gay SCP of the day. I forgot the Pride SCP. Desmond, what did you think of yesterday's Pride SCP? What did you all think? What was it? What did I say it was yesterday? What was yesterday's Pride SCP? It was 8123. It was 8123. It was the mushroom one. What did you guys think of 8123? Your gay homework. Yes, exactly, Taylor Todd. What did you think of SCP-8123? Now that you've actually read the article and not just heard me freak out about it for a while, trying to remember what it was. 8123. I like it because the whole time I was thinking it was going to be like a bad hive mind, and it wasn't. And then it twisted on me that it was bad that the hive mind was gone. That was out of nowhere to me. And again, the reason we all have this in our heads during stream is because I was trying to think of it in relation to Common Side Effects, the television show, and I think that that could be a future of the future of that show. It could be one future. So, your Pride homework, before my favorite SCPs, your Pride homework of the day is... Where is it? I want you all to read Princess. Now, Princess is an SCP that can only be referred to as Princess, but if we think a couple layers of memetic abstraction, I can tell you that Princess is designated on the wiki under the slot that is labeled SCP-5558. And so, if you go to SCP-5558 on the wiki, you will find Princess. This is I would say, it's a short to moderate length article, and it is fairly saddish. You know that bad, sad stories make good art. And so that's why so much art is written with tragedies in mind. And this is one of them. So, I hope you enjoy Princess as a story. We'll talk about it a little bit tomorrow. Now, I'll tell you my favorite SCPs in no particular order. SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and with a big content warning, SCP-8980. That one is a tough read, content warning. Junior Researcher Sally, the fish is not a loop. SCP-5320, our Lord, the glorious fish that just goes on forever, is not a loop. You heretics. Favorite SCPs one more time. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 50315-175-5320, and 8980 with a huge content warning. Site-42 staff and those of the greater SCP Foundation, I hope you've had fun and I hope you learned something today. And if anything, you've learned what a badass site director you have with that hot chip challenge. I have been Dr. Theron Sherman. This has been Dr. Sherman's Office Hours, a subsidiary of the Anomalous podcast from Site-42. It has also been the 10-year anniversary of Site-42 on YouTube. Here's to the future. We're taking it to the moon. We're taking it to the stars. Ours is the drill that will pierce the heavens. Site-42 is signing off. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. And I'll see you all in the next video or stream. Happy 10 years, Captain. Thank you for donating one more time during the outro. All the small things, true care, truth brings. I'll take one lift, your ride, best trip. Always, I know you'll be at my show, watching, waiting, commiserating. Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Na 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 na.